Hello everybody, I hope you're okay and you're keeping safe. Thank you so much for all your emails and your messages and your beautiful work that you are sending us. It's so lovely to hear from you. This week's work is in the folder. There is a letter as normal showing you all of the lessons, all the links, how to get in there. So starting with maths. Maths is the White Rose Maths. It's lessons Monday to Thursday this week. They say they're going to do a maths challenge. If they do, I'll put it up later in the week and add it into the folder. Looking at rounding decimals, quarters and halves, and some other things. Also in maths activities, I found this really fun emoji code breaking thing. So at the top of each sheet there is a key and it tells you what emoji is worth what value. They then give you some questions with using the emojis. So this one is all about 2-digit numbers adding to 2-digit numbers and then giving me the answer and the emojis. Again, there's 3 levels. It's 1 star, 2 star and 3 star. You only need to do one of them. Have a go. If you find it fun, why not create a times table one, challenge your family and see maybe if you can go into 3 figures. Maybe you can use some column addition, maybe even subtraction ones and see how that gets on. Okay, so there's some things to do in maths. English this week, spellings, your 3-4 spelling word map is there. And I've also given you some word mats, very much in the format of the spag mat that we're quite used to seeing. But this is a spelling mat, concentrating on the first few words within that spelling list. So if you would like to go through on a weekly basis and pick out 8 or 10 words and learn them, okay, that's a different way of doing it. Writing this week, lots of you really enjoyed writing letters to the judge about Mr. Toad and about why Mr. Toad should have his car or those sorts of things. So this week we've looked at maybe thinking about what his next mode of transport may be. Could be anything ever comes into your imagination. You could create a brand new piece of transport, okay, which maybe combines some things. So it could be a boat that can also go on land. It could be something that flies in the sky. Lots and lots of things that you could draw and write about in your English. Last week you were writing, or 2 weeks ago, sorry, you were writing in a persuasive manner. This week, okay, I'd like you to think about using prepositions. Okay, we talk a lot about prepositions, about telling us where things are, when things are happening. Okay, so this sheet is also in there and it gives you lots of ideas of how to maybe start and describe your prepositions. So if it was something like a plane, it might have on the ends of the wings, okay, tells me where they are. Underneath the plane, tells me where they are. When it takes off, during takeoff, the undercarriage disappears. Okay, that's a when preposition. Okay, so lots of things about when and where things are. It tells me all those sorts of things. So when you do that, if you draw it, describe it, we again would love to see it. Okay. Spag mats are in the folder. And they're there. Last week, Mrs. Lancaster challenged you with a keepy up challenge. This week, I've put in a tennis challenge. Now, if you haven't got a tennis racket, you don't need to worry. Okay, you can use your hand. Okay, how many times can you bounce that ball in your hand? How many times can you have a rally with your friend, batting that ball back and forward? So that's something else you could do. Science this week. Mrs. Lancaster mentioned last week about that we would be moving on to habitats and animals' habitats and where they live and what things they like. So I've put in there some sheets on about your local habitats and local environment that's around you. And I know it's really difficult at the moment to go out and have a look around, but if it's just in your garden or maybe just around the corner or what you can see outside, you could tell me about what your habitat is like. I've definitely noticed I'm seeing more birds in the trees around my house. I'm seeing, especially in the evenings, I'm seeing the foxes and the hedgehogs walking around, all those sorts of things. This is all about doing sort of a local habitat survey. So maybe you could draw your local area and tell me what sort of habitats animals are liking. Okay, so whether it be the trees or whether you've got lots of bushes and lots of things can crawl underneath, things like that. Also goes and talks about what we can do to help build that habitat, what things we can put in place. So there's some things to do in your science this week. Music this week, Mrs. Sparshat has put on an extra bit in in one of the YouTube videos. If you'd like to have a look at some musical games to do at home, maybe get your family involved. That's it from me this week. So I hope to see you soon. You take care of yourselves and enjoy your activities and your learning. Okay, lovely to see you. Thank you. Bye.